I believe that the opportunity we have in front of us is to get to that stage. If we have all of the partners who agree, the next step that needs to happen immediately is coming up with a joint powers agreement. And I would love to sit down with all 7 partners and get that agreement signed and come up with something that's agreeable. And at this point, we have 6 of those 7 partners who are ready to sit down at that table and do the joint powers agreement. And so I hope...
We have been ready to do it since day one.
Well, we have 6 partners that are willing to fund this model. And so we have the choice to either go forward at this point with reluctance but cooperation from all of the partners, or we have the opportunity to essentially start over.
I need a motion, guys.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
We're plowing.
I'm going to make a motion to approve the proposed funding model.
Any contingencies in there?
Can I suggest, because it will be contingent on a joint powers agreement, and really what you're just agreeing to is to this funding, this proposed funding model, but the details will be worked out in the joint powers agreement.
So I was reading the language that you had in here.
Okay.
You want me to add condition number 1? Is that what you're saying?
Well, or the actually conditioned upon the execution of the joint powers agreement, because I think that's the key. That's that last sentence.
Yeah, and I think that that's very appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to approve the proposed funding model conditioned upon the execution of a joint powers agreement.
Do I have a second? David, I hope you're there.
I am here.
You willing to step up to a second?
No.
You have a second? Okay, motion fails to lack of a second. Do I have a different motion?
I would move to that the City of Sun Valley propose the funding model that, as presented today by Mayor Willich, which phases in the City of Bellevue and Hailey into the calls per service model and adds conditions that a joint powers agreement be clearly specified with future payment obligations by all parties, and establishes a joint powers board for the governance of the consolidated dispatch service.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. Do I have further discussion?
Barb, I just want to make sure you got that motion.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
Yeah. Further discussion? Call for the vote. Joan?
Nay.
Nils?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
The motion passes 2-1, and that's our deal.
Okay, I just want to point forward that Ketchum hasn't supported that.
I